Hi guys, how are you all? How are you all? Welcome to our weekly live and learn sessions where every week we come and or I come and I will share valuable information with you that you can implement in your business to help you grow your business, right? So for those of you who are here for the first time, I'm Adanna Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with high-end entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. So this week, I want to talk to you specifically about how to find your dream clients and have them lining up to work with you, right? So as usual, before we jump into our training, just let me know if you're seeing me and hearing me. Okay, let me know in the comments. We're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, and also on YouTube. So if you can see me and hear me, let me know, and use the comments to ask me questions as I go through each one of these points. Yes, great. So let's jump right in because I don't want to keep you for your whole lunch period. I just want to take up maybe 40 minutes of your time. And I also want to encourage you before I start to make sure you have pen and paper so you can write these things down, right? So that it's easier for you to implement. So let's talk about your ideal clients. Who are your ideal clients? Your ideal clients are generally or basically people who are ready to buy from you, who are ready to take action. It's actually someone with a specific challenge who is willing to pay for the offers that you have. And I keep reiterating to you guys every week that everybody is not your ideal client. I want you to think about it this way. Everybody who sells shoes, they're not selling shoes for everybody. If you're selling clothes, you're not selling clothes for everybody. If you are selling food, you're not selling food for everybody. Everybody doesn't eat pizza. Everybody doesn't eat barbecue. Everybody does not eat jerk, right? You're selling to a specific niche of people who need and want what you are offering. So, as you are developing your business, as you're putting your business out there, you want to always ask yourself, who am I trying to attract? What does that person look like? What does that person sound like? And what is that person's pain points that I am trying to solve for them? How do I want them to feel? But more specifically, who are these people? It is not everyone, right? And I want you to always remember that. A lot of times, entrepreneurs put information out there with you hope that the right person will find it, or you hope that the people who you are not talking to will share it with somebody who may need it. And that is really operating your business on a whim and fancy. And that is not how you're going to make daily sales in your business, right? It starts with understanding exactly who they are. So that is who your ideal clients are. How do you identify them? This is where your pen and paper comes in really, really handy because I want you to write down a few things. When you're thinking about your ideal client, and a lot of times you may be your first ideal client, or somebody close to you in your inner circle might be your first ideal client because you may have had an interaction with them or something, and you may have been planning something for yourself and you realize, okay, this is a gap, right, that needs to be filled. And that's how you decided, let me come up with this idea for my business. A lot of times that's how it usually happens for many people when they decide to go into business. Yes. So when you think about how do I identify who my ideal clients are, I want you to think about certain things. What is the age of these ideal clients? And again, it's not everybody, because think about women, right? We wear bras. How what a 21-year-old is looking for and what a 60-year-old is looking for in a bra, in a shoe, in an outfit, in a carnival costume are totally different, which means you're going to position that offer differently for each one of them. You're going to speak to them differently because it's definitely not the same. Right? You understand why it's important to identify your ideal client and be very, very clear. Now, you may have multiple ideal clients, yes, and that's okay. But So you want to think about the age. What age range are they? Are they between 20 and 35, 35 and 50, 50 and over, a mixture of all three? What sex are they? Are they mainly women? Are they mainly men? Is it a mix of both? Are they married, single, divorced? And that is important because their spending habits may be different. So that's another thing you need to look at. What are their spending habits? Is it that they have a certain amount of disposable income? How often are they buying these solutions? Is this something that they have to buy every week, every month, every quarter, once a year? Do they have kids? Right? Because again, this ties into what is their disposable income and how they are spending money. Where do they live? Where do they work? Public sector, private sector, their salary ranges are different and their needs are different. What are their interests? Are they interested in sports? Are they very religious? Do they like to travel a lot? Do they like to cook? Do they like to go out a lot? Do they have cars? Do they, what are the, you want to really get into the demographics of your ideal clients as much as possible because guys, it's not everybody. And the thing is, you can decide which type of client you want to work with. So for example, as a business coach, you can decide I only want to work with entrepreneurs who have been in business for 5 years and are already making anywhere between ten and $30,000 a month, right? So because the way that you speak to them is going to be completely different to how you speak to somebody who is now starting up in business, who is now setting up a foundation in their own businesses, and who now treading the water, right? The offers you're going to give them is different. The conversations you're going to have with them is different. Yes, and those things. So you want to think like that for your business. Who are the people that I actually want to buy from me? They have to be people with money, right? But what are they thinking? Where are they in the stages of their life? At what stage of life are they? Right? Are they like new people or are they people who already have some experience with the things that you're putting out? So, for example, if you're selling products for, let's say, people who have acne and stuff, yeah, is it people who have already tried everything and they're really, really desperate for a new solution? What is the stage of life of your ideal clients? When you're thinking about them, you want to get really, really specific about what is going on in their head, what is going on in their life, what are they being influenced by, who are they following, right? Who are they following? Who are they listening to? Who are they spending time with? As I said, are they in churches? Are they in football teams? Are they in different organizations? You want to really pay attention to those things so that when you are doing your outreach, when you're doing your advertising, you are showing up at networking events or you're doing collaborations, it will make more sense to you because you would have a fair idea of this is where my ideal clients are, right? This is who they're listening to. These are the spaces that they usually come to when they're looking for solutions to the challenges that they are currently experiencing. I want you to understand that because if you don't start there, then marketing to your ideal clients and getting the sales from your ideal clients would feel a lot harder because you're not actually speaking directly to your ideal clients. What are their pain points? What are the things that they're suffering with? What are they saying? Where are they showing up? Right? The whole idea of attracting your ideal clients is about positioning yourself as the expert, right? And the way that you position yourself as the expert is to understand exactly who they are, what is going on in their head, what is going on in their life, and what their struggles are, right? Let me know in the chat if you understand that concept. Yeah, tell me if you understand that concept. A lot of times people skip over this part of the development of their business and go straight into let me design a logo and let me start a Facebook page and let me do a website without understanding who exactly they want to attract, who exactly do they want to serve. And that's doing a great injustice to your own business if you don't spend time really fine tuning that information and getting clear on what that information is, right? Why is that important? Because when you decide to put out your ads, when you decide to share in your social media, share your emails, go on TV, radio, magazines to be interviewed. Knowing who your ideal clients are is going to help you to relate to them much easier, right? It's going to help you to build that relationship with them much easier and nurture that relationship so it's easier for them to say yes to whatever offer that you have out there. Yeah, hope that makes sense. So when you do that, right, once you've written down all of that information, their age, if they're married, if they have kids, if they're married, single, divorced, widowed, if they have kids, where they live, where they work, who's influencing them, what are their interests, what are their values, what are their spending habits, what are their struggles or pain points. You have all of those things written down. You may have more than one ideal client, and that's fine. And also, I want you to remember that your ideal client can change as your business evolves. Your ideal client can change, and that is okay. That's the evolution of business, right? So keep that in mind as you're starting to grow your business. But once you've written all of that information down and you have a bullseye view of, okay, this is who I want to speak to, this is who I believe is going to buy from me, right? The other thing that I want you to do, the next step that I want you to do is to do your market research. And by that I mean send out some surveys, do some poll questions. For those of you who may already have a business and you are struggling with this area, put out some poll questions, send a survey to people in your life, your friends, your family, your church groups, your sporting group, the people around you. Share it on your socials more than once because people need to be reminded, right, over a period of time. Gather information from people so that you will get even more specific about who your ideal clients are, right? So you do surveys. You could also analyze your competitors, right? You're analyzing these competitors not to compare yourself, guys, because comparison is the thief of that. What you're comparing is what they are putting out, who is responding to the things that they are putting out, what does their ideal client look like. It's a little bit of macroing, right? We all know how to do that, right? You want to compare those things, how they're showing up, what they're saying, what their prices are, and that kind of thing, because that would also help you and guide you in getting more specific about who your own ideal clients are and how you want to communicate with them and how you want to nurture your relationship with your ideal clients, right? Join different groups and communities where you may believe your ideal clients are. Do some observation about the things that they may be complaining about or the things they may be celebrating, even the questions they may be asking, the conversations that they may be having, and pay close attention to the words that they are using when they're talking about their lives and their journeys and where they are and the challenges that they are experiencing. Pay very, very close attention to the words that they are using because you're going to use those same words when you are then promoting your offers to them, right? And that's how you build a connection. You start to mirror your ideal clients in words and in how you show up and where you show up. You want to mirror them, right? So you have to pay close attention. A big part of being a successful entrepreneur is being very, very observant about what is going on around you, what is being spoken about around you, what is being shared around you, and then making a decision about the direction that you want to go. If you want to go and really shake the table and say things or share things that are not usually shared with your audience and that kind of thing, you need to decide how you want to position yourself after you've done this market research and identified who your ideal clients are, right? And then when you do that, guys, tell me in the comments if it's making sense, if I'm going too fast or anything. But once you do that, then you can decide, okay, my ideal clients are on Facebook, or on LinkedIn, or on Instagram, or on TikTok, or they are part of this particular community, or they come to these particular types of events, right? If they come to particular type of pop-up events for Christmas, for Carnival, for Easter, or whenever, for Mother's Day, do they come to these events looking for these solutions? Do they go online looking for these solutions? Do they go to these groups looking for these solutions? where are they asking these questions, right? You need to then decide, okay, if this is where they are asking these questions, if this is where they are showing up, then this is where I need to show up as well. Yeah, that is why you have to pay close attention to what is happening and listening to what they are saying, because you want to show up where they are. If your ideal clients are on Facebook, then why are you on Twitter? And caveat, yeah, everybody's ideal client is not on Facebook. Yeah? Let's just get that really clear, because you may have some people, like I have two clients, and their ideal clients are nowhere near Facebook and Instagram. Their ideal clients are completely on LinkedIn, right? So but you have to do the research to figure out where your ideal clients are, and don't waste time, energy, and money on other platforms where your ideal clients may not be. Right? And when I say that, I mean that yes, people are scattered all over the place, but you have to determine based on your market research which one of the platforms would I get the highest return of investment, investment of time spent there, building my brand, and investment maybe of money if I'm running ads or anything on those particular platforms, right? So, and it's both online and offline. You have to make that determination based on the market research that you do, and based on the client avatar that you have created. You've done that, you've figured out where they need to be. So how do you now attract them? So you know where to find them. How do you now attract them once you determine where you need to show up? You need to share valuable information. I know you've heard that before, but it's not just that, right? We like to always start off this share valuable information. But what ideally you want to do is to make sure that you're showing up, and showing up in a meaningful way, meaning you are using the language that they have used to talk about the things that they are struggling with. You want to address the things directly that they are struggling with. So if somebody says that they are struggling with acne, you want to address acne. Don't just say skincare. You want to directly address it. So if acne is what they're struggling with, then you want to talk about acne specifically. If they're struggling with losing 10 pounds, not just losing weight, but losing 10 pounds, get specific as possible. Then you want to talk about losing 10 pounds. If they're talking about saving money to go on vacation, not just saving money, you want to talk about saving money to go on vacation. Does that make sense, you guys? Be as specific as possible. The way you're going to be specific is to talk to your audience and listen to what they're saying. Go back to the poll questions. You didn't do the polls and questions just for doing it, right? You're gathering information so that you can use that information in the conversations that you're now going to have in your social media, in your email list, on your website, in interviews on radio, TV, press, when you're going to meet them at your networking events. You can be very specific in what you are speaking to them about. Yeah. So you identify their fears, their frustrations, you show empathy, right? You use the language that they are using, you create content that speaks directly to the thing that they are having that challenge with. And then, of course, you offer a solution to improve their life. It offers the solution, because again, when we find our ideal clients, a lot of people get stuck in that space where they are just sharing advice, sharing advice, sharing advice. And while sharing advice is fine, you also want to be able to share advice and sell. Ask for the sale while you are sharing advice. There's a delicate balance that you have to find between the two. But yes, you want to share advice, but you also want to ask for the sale every single day, right? And that is part of the nurturing of your ideal clients, right? When you continue to nurture your ideal clients, they will line up to work with you. Nurturing, building the relationship with your ideal clients, especially on social media, because remember, social media is about being social, right? Means there has to be a conversation. There's a back and forth conversation. If you find somebody that you like, that you're dating, and you are the only one who's talking and they're not sharing a part of the conversation, you're going to lose interest. So think about it like that, right? A lot of people decide, like, I'm just sending an email and I'm not responding to people, or I'm just posting on social media, but I'm not responding to anybody who leaves a comment or jumps into my DM. They're going to lose interest, because they're interested in building a relationship with you. right? And you have to be interested in the same, being social on social media, right? So that means nurturing, answering questions, sharing different parts of the business behind the scenes, like little sneak peeks, sharing testimonials, case studies. If you're doing it face to face, maybe sharing a sample of what your thing might taste like, feel like, smell like. You know what I mean? If you are a service based industry, giving them a sample of a template or giving them something that they can test out for themselves so that they can see some of the results that they can experience if they work with you on a bigger scale, right? All of that forms part of nurturing. So there are two things. On the one hand, you don't want to just show up and educate, educate, educate. And on the other hand, you don't want to just show up and say, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You want to find the balance between the two. The balance between the two is the nurturing, and that is what is going to help clients want to come back to you over and over because you are consistently showing up with your expertise and positioning yourself as the expert in this particular thing, not a generic thing, but in this specific thing. Yes, and you're nurturing them by giving them an opportunity to work with you on a smaller scale, maybe by giving free trainings like this. This is an example of nurturing your audience, giving them a taste of what it's like to work with you or to use your offer or to eat the thing that you are providing for them, right? This is part of the nurturing, and this will encourage them to line up and work with you. And this also creates anticipation. It builds anticipation because a lot of times what entrepreneurs miss as well is that you feel, look, let me just put this thing out there and people will buy from me. No, even though you have identified these people as your ideal client, you have to build anticipation with them. And that is part of the nurturing. Yeah, you want to build anticipations. Keep on talking to them about it multiple times in multiple different ways so that they are very, very clear that yes, you are the expert. Create a waiting list for them to get access to the bigger thing that you want to offer, right? Through their sampling, create lead magnets that will encourage them to share their email address with you in exchange for bigger information that they can use in their lives to change their lives and make their lives feel so much better. Yeah, so you want to build anticipation, you want to nurture them, you want to really create a solid relationship with your ideal clients that can be long lasting. And in doing that, when they do buy from you, because now you have positioned yourself, you have shared information with them, you've shared testimonials, you've shared behind the scenes, you've shared case studies, you have given them tips, you've given them tools, you've given them a sample, and you start to ask them to buy from you. Once they buy from you guys, that is not the end of your relationship, that is the beginning of the relationship. Because anybody who buys from you, you want to encourage them to buy from you over and over and over again. So you want to also maybe upsell them with an offer, a premium offer or additional services, or you want to cross sell to them by giving them something that is complementary. This encourages them to come back, to keep on coming back, right? Because they're getting value for their money. You want to create packages, you want to create bundles, you want to create a reward system that will encourage them to continue to buy from you and also to refer you to other people who are just like them, who have the same challenges that they may be having. Because guarantee, if one person is having a challenge, they are surrounded more or less by people who are similar to them, who may be having the exact same challenge, because we like community. We like to know the saying that misery loves company. But if you flip the perspective on that, right, a lot of people who are having a particular challenge usually surround themselves with people who have similar challenges, so it's easy for them to then refer you because you've given them such excellent service, right? And because you've spent time nurturing them and building that anticipation that they will tell other people, yeah, to come and buy from me because they have experienced it for themselves. Yeah, and then that's how you build repeat clients with excellent customer service. You have a follow up system, a check in system, you create a loyalty program, and you encourage referrals. I hope this makes sense to all of you. I didn't want to keep you very long today. Um, but I just wanted to make sure that you understand, if you are struggling, you're feeling stuck in your business right now, you're feeling like, I'm not getting the sales, I'm not getting the visibility, I'm not getting the engagement on my socials, on my blog, on my email, I'm not getting that feedback from my audience, I would encourage you to just pause a minute, because one or two things may be happening. One thing that may be happening is that your messaging is off, so they're not resonating with the things that you're saying, because you're not actually speaking specifically about their challenge, you're not using the words that they're using. Now that could be one. The other thing is that you are not speaking to your ideal clients, you're not clear who your ideal clients are, therefore you are showing up in the wrong spaces, or you're showing up in the wrong way. So pause. If you're not getting what you're getting, pause. Ensure that you understand who your ideal clients are. And guys, as I said earlier, it is okay to switch your ideal clients. If the people who you were serving in the past are no longer biting, it is okay to decide, listen, these people have moved on. Let me move on and with this new ideal client, and let me speak directly to this ideal client. So it may be an issue with your messaging, and it may be an issue with your not understanding who your ideal clients are. Therefore, you are not positioning yourself as the expert in your field, and therefore, you may be struggling to attract them and get sales and get daily sales from them. Right, so you need to pay attention to those things, and also remember, in business, you have to constantly do market research. Market research is not something that you do only when you're now starting your business. Market research is a constant thing, and market research doesn't have to be something that is extravagant or expensive. Something as simple as, I mean, we do this every month, right? Something as simple as just asking poll questions to your existing audience, to just get a sense of where they're leaning, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what is a priority in their life right now, so that you can take that information and adjust your marketing strategy if need be. Because guys, remember, the goal remains the same, but the strategy can change. Always remember that the goal remains the same, but the strategy can change, right? And the strategy can change based on the information you gathered from your market research. So, guys, that is how you find your dream clients, those ideal clients that you want to be like, yay, buy from me, buy from me. You know what I mean? Those who are knocking on your door, those who are jumping in your DMs, those who are responding to your emails, who are clicking the links, who are visiting your website and buying from you over and over and over. Pay attention to those ideal clients, speak directly to them, be very specific in the conversations that you are having and the messaging that you are sharing with your ideal clients, so that they know that you understand exactly the challenges that they are experiencing, and they know that you are the only solution to the challenges that they're experiencing, because you are speaking their language and you are showing up where they are. Yeah. So I encourage you, go out, guys, and find that ideal client. And as usual, if you have any challenges, if it's something that you are finding hard to do, I am here to help you. Leave a comment or question in the comment section, and I will gladly answer it, or jump into my DMs with a question, and I will gladly answer that as well and support you on this journey. Let's make this year the best year of your business, because you have the tools, you have the resources, and you have everything in front of you to succeed. So let's put it into action. Let's implement it and get exactly what we deserve. Yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll talk to you again next week, Wednesday, when we come back for another Lunch and Learn session. Stay tuned and talk to you soon. Bye.